Hey everyone, it's Alex Martin, the Executive Director of Sidewalk Science Center, and we are 1 week away from the annular solar eclipse of 2023. So today is a huge day. We are finally here. We've been waiting 6 years for this eclipse since the last eclipse went over the United States in 2017, and it's almost here. I remember when we were counting down 365 days from last October 14th. And here we are in the final stretch. We have a group of Sidewalk Science Center educators and some astronomy enthusiasts who will be joining us. We are leaving on October 12th to fly out to Oregon. We're going to Eugene, and then we're staying in a house that's kind of close to Crater Lake. And then the morning of October 14th, we will be deciding, are we going to Crater Lake? Is it too cloudy? What's the weather like surrounding us? And we'll be making our final decision on where to watch the eclipse that night and morning. Hopefully, of course, we get to see the eclipse from Crater Lake. We are keeping a tab on the weather. As we go day by day, we're watching the temperature go up and down into the sub-freezing and back into the, not too bad cold. And everything seems to be lining up in some fashion. It does seem like we're going to have clouds. That's going to be an inevitable thing. This is the PNW. What we're really hoping for is, just a mix of sun and clouds will kind of be, our best case scenario. If we end up with a clear day like we did back in 2017 when I was out there for the 2017 eclipse, that would be spectacular, but I'm not holding my breath for that. We have our telescope ready to go. We are taking a Celestron Nexstar 4 SE, which if you've been to Sidewalk Science Center anytime in the past month and a half, you have seen this telescope. It's the small orange one. It actually fits in my carry-on luggage. So I'm going to be taking that out to Oregon with us. We have a solar filter that we're going to strap onto it. We have our camera. It's actually right here inside that. We have our camera that will be attaching to it with our phone mount, and we have 21 hours of footage that we could record. So we'll be doing lots of videos during this trip, and then of course creating some educational content. And the morning of the eclipse in Oregon, it will be from 8:05 a.m. to approximately 11:30 a.m. will be the duration of the eclipse. That's in Pacific time. Here in Florida, the eclipse will be from 11:38, 11:50, somewhere in there, a.m. to approximately 3:15 p.m. So if you are still here in Florida watching the eclipse, yes, you will see it. It is going to be visible. You will not see the entire moon covering up the sun. You're only going to get about 60% of the sun. But that's still going to be something that's really cool to visually see. Whether you have a telescope, whether you have a welder's helmet, whether you have regular solar eclipse glasses, this is something you will see. It will be very cool. The sun is going to look like a big Pac-Man for a couple hours, and you'll be able to watch the moon slide across that part of the bottom half of the sun. So definitely check it out. Don't count yourself out just because you're not in the middle. The entire country, from West Coast to East Coast, is going to see this eclipse. Everyone is, minus Hawaii, actually. so that's the only state, I think, in all. We have 49. Hello, Kitty. We have 49 states that are going to be able to see at least some part of this eclipse. Some other information that we have coming, we still have our newsletter that is coming out every 3 days as we get closer to the eclipse, and the final newsletter related to the eclipse is going to be on October 13th. That is, this upcoming Friday. So on Tuesday, we will be in the newsletter, we'll be teaching you how to make a solar eclipse viewer out of a cereal box or something as simple as a note card. This is visible even if you don't have solar glasses or access to some sort of solar filter. I can tell you right now, there are a few places around town that you will be able to go use telescopes. Unfortunately for this one, we just don't have enough members without me being around who are going to be able to get out to parks and help you see this eclipse. However, if you look up on Facebook, Suncoast Stargazers Group. This is a club here in Sarasota, Manatee County. They extend pretty far along Southwest Florida coast. You can go join them at Robinson Preserve. They will be, I believe, in the Nest area, so not in their main parking lot, where they typically will do their kind of once a month public sessions, but they'll be on the Nest side. You can find their information at suncoaststargazers.com and go to the Event Horizon tab, or you can find them on Facebook at Suncoast Stargazers Group. And then you can talk to anyone there. You can just leave a post and they will be happy to tell you where the event is. And I can tell you right now, the time is approximately 11 a.m. is when they'll be getting ready for people to come. And they'll be there until 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So do not miss this opportunity. This is the second to last eclipse that the United States is going to see, the entire United States is going to see for the next 22 years. So after April 8th next year, when the total solar eclipse crosses from Texas up through Nova Scotia, so crossing from Mexico up into the United States, up into Canada, we will not have another eclipse until the year 2045. The cool thing about the 2045 eclipse is that it's actually going to be coming right across Florida. Where I'm sitting right now in Lakewood Ranch, we are in the middle of the eclipse. So if you're living on the Gulf Coast of Florida or anywhere down through Miami, you are in the middle line for the eclipse that will be happening in 2045. So I hope you can wait the 21, 22 years up until that date, if you can't get to the center line of the next two. So anyway, I'm going to end this here. She's just climbing all over, aren't you? I'm going to end this here. We're still counting down. You're still going to see daily posts from us. You're still going to get our newsletters. You can sign up for our newsletters. Just go to our website, www.sidewalksciencecenter.org, and then scroll down about halfway down the page, and there's you can put your name and email address, and then subscribe to the newsletter. We're doing more than just seeing this eclipse. We have free sessions of Sidewalk Science Center several times a week. And right now we're in the middle of a blitz of events. So you can bring us to your house. We'll set up telescopes in the driveway. We'll do science experiments in your backyard. We'll come to your organization or school and set up everything so that we can take you on a whole tour of the night sky. During our astronomy season. We are entering peak astronomy season right now. The peak will be from November through March is kind of the peak season right now, because number one, the winter stars are some of the best constellations that are visible to our eyes, especially around here where there's a decent amount of light pollution. The winter constellations tend to be a bit brighter than the summer constellations with light pollution around. But there's lots of objects to see this time of year. And of course, Saturn and Jupiter are both up. Then there's lots of star clusters, some nebulae. The Milky Way is kind of at its brightest for us here in Florida in the wintertime, because we just have those colder skies compared to the summer heat and all the clouds. So if you're interested in signing up for an event, just contact us. You can email info@sidewalksciencecenter.org. Reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, or anywhere you can find us. Even just reply to this video and you can send us an email there. So thank you for watching this. Thank you for staying updated with the upcoming eclipse. We're so excited to, cross our fingers, bring this eclipse to you live, barring internet service. Otherwise, we are going to do our best to get a video of the eclipse and a whole compilation of the entire trip. We'll be making educational materials. We're going to be making postcards from this that we'll be able to pass out. We'll have some other merchandise related to the eclipse also, so that you can have a piece of this history. And, we are so excited to return to Oregon for the second to last eclipse to cross the United States in the next 2 decades. So I'm Alex Martin, Executive Director of Sidewalk Science Center, and you can find us everywhere around Manatee and Sarasota counties and a little bit up in St. Pete. We'll We'll see you on the sidewalk.